Introducing Warden, Bloodhunt's latest addition to the archetype lineup. They will join the Enforcer as the second Ventrue in the game, and in this video, I will give you a full overview of their abilities and perks so you know what to expect. I will be covering the full patch notes after the update, so make sure you're subscribed with notifications on so you don't miss that. Starting off with the shared Ventrue clan ability, Flesh of Marble. Using this ability will have you transform into marble, rendering you invulnerable to all damage for 3.5 seconds. You will not be able to shoot or heal during this time, but you can reload and move freely. Flesh of Marble has one of the longest cooldowns in the game at 28 seconds, so use it sparingly. The Flesh of Marble ability has short activation and exit animations, during which you will not be able to shoot or interact with anything. This ability shouldn't come as a surprise to anyone who has already played, as Enforcer has been a popular choice for both new players and bots. The Warden's archetype ability is called Shackles. This ability will generate a point on your targeted enemy's location, which will have a 15-meter radius in which your target must stay. Leaving the radius during the 6-second active time will cause 50 damage. But you can move freely within the radius with no penalty. Shackles has a long cooldown at 24 seconds, but will not trigger if you miss. A chain will show how close the target is to the center point, which makes it very easy to figure out the safe zone as someone who has been shackled, without having to look away from the action. You must have line of sight on the enemy during the activation time, which gives a small counter window for enemies to hide. The activation animation is quite slow at 1 second, and you will not be able to shoot or interact during this time. I was very worried at first when hearing about the Shackles ability being something that would restrict movement, but having tested it out in game myself, I never felt like my movement was being restricted too much, and the 15-meter radius felt like a sweet spot. The Warden's passive ability Resilience will refill your armor when feeding on mortals, or when diablerizing a downed enemy. You do not need armor in your inventory for the ability to work. This is now the fastest way to heal in the game, so expect to see more diablery happening. And yes, it even works on Entity. The perks available for Warden are somewhat lacking compared to other archetypes. I would advise using Bandolier for Team Deathmatch, and either Phlegmatic or Impervious for the Battle Royale side. What do you think? Are you excited to try out the new archetype? Let me know down in the comments. I will be doing a Warden tips and tricks video very soon, so make sure you subscribe with notifications on so you don't miss that one. If you can't wait though, you could check out my latest personal best solos game with 40 kills, or adopting a random player in duos. And I'll see you in the next one.